All right, everybody. So now that we've gotten our cardboard loom prepared and we've cut all the slots evenly on the top and the bottom, okay? So if I have like 20 up here, I'm going to have 20 down here. So it's an even number. I cut the slots a 1/4 inch apart and 1/2 inch down going all the way. If you think 1/2 inch is too much, maybe do a 1/4 inch down, all right? But I have it as a 1/2 inch. The other thing I want to do too is I'm going to just go ahead and put top right here so that I understand that this is the top and it's also the front. I'm going to make this be the front. So here we have top, front, and we're going to have the bottom here, okay? And this will be our back, which is the back, the graphics of a cereal box. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and take our string, and you don't need to pre-cut it. You know, in fact, you want it to be continuous so that the warp string keeps going continuous, and we don't exactly know how much we're going to need. So to warp our string, to warp our cardboard loom, we don't need to pre-cut a length. We don't need to. We're just going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need about maybe a palm of extra hanging out. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We're going to start on the top left side, and I'm going to go ahead and string it up this way. So I pull it down, and so now I have this little piece dangling right here, right? So that's fine. We're going to keep it this way. And what we're going to do is, just so it's not in our way, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of tape for that. So that way, it's just not in the way. So let's go ahead and cut a piece of tape. Just simple. And on this back part, just so it's not in the way, and a lot of times what you can do with the tape so it's not so sticky is, you know, just use a piece of garment or your shirt and just, you know, do this a few times, and now it's not as sticky. So I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to tape my extra piece down. Doesn't matter, you know, how it is or what have you, just tape it down. So I went ahead and taped that down. And in fact, you don't want to do it too hard, right? Let me see, let me do it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so I have it taped down right there. And I'm ready to begin. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to go ahead down the front. Let me pull some extra string here. I'm going to go ahead and this is warping your loom, because we're going to be putting warp strings, which is the structure of your weaving. All right? So we're going to warp this cardboard loom, and we're going to use number 4 weight yarn. So I've got the back, right? Again, about this little extra, taped it down, went through the first peg, and now I'm in the front, and I'm on the top. So I'm going to go down into this peg, right down here, or the slot. I don't need to pull so tight. I don't want this to bow. So just like that, very nice. Then I'm going to turn it around, go back up to the top, and I'm going to go back inside the same slot, the same one right there, the same one, okay? Now, when I turn it around, I need to jump over to the second slot. I need to jump over. I'm not going to go down and put it on the second slot down here, because then I have this weird like diagonal warp string that connects up there. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over to slot number 2. And the way to do that is you're going to go ahead and loop this over. And what I like to do is I like to, you know, hold it down like that and put it in right there. And so there it is. And now when I pull it, you know, and you can pull it gently, or you can do this. You can hold it right there and just, you know, pull it down like that. That really works well. And now what I'm going to do is turn around. I'm in slot number 2, and I'm going to go down to slot number 2 down on the bottom, right there. And then I'm going to go back to the front, go up to slot number 2, and now I've completed slot number 2, front and back. I've completed it. So I have number 1 and number 2. And now you're going to notice that this is going to alternate, because now when I turn it to the back, I need to get to slot number 3 or peg number 3. So now I need to, like, jump over. And when I jump over, I'm going to be in the front. So here I go. And then I'm going to go down. Slot number 3 on the bottom. Let me get some more string here. Slot number 3 on the bottom. Right? Then I'm going to go back up into the same, right there, slot number 3. And now I've completed, not too tight, right? I've completed 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And when I'm up in the front here, okay, again, I need to now jump over to number 4. And the way to do that is, again, I like to put my finger just right here, just right there, and then pull it down on slot number 4. And now I'm going to turn it around and go down to number 4 down here on the bottom, turn it around, go back up. I'm going to jump over, see, turn it around, then I'm going to jump over to number 5, peg number 5, pull it down, turn it around, and then go down. Now, here's what I want you to start noticing, if you haven't noticed already, is that on the bottom, we don't do any jump overs, right? Here's the bottom. The bottom is clean. The bottom is clean. There's no jumping over. The top is where we have these little jumps, where we jump from one slot to the other. And that's important. That's important because the bottom, you're just going to keep it this way. This is the bottom, and when we're done with our weaving, we're going to pull our weaving out this way. But when we pull it out this way, we need to be able to have the top open up. It should open up, and then we can pull it down. And that's what these little jumpers are, is so that we can take it off on both sides, and the weaving opens, and then we can slip it out. All right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue doing that. Let me see, where am I? Oh, I'm on the bottom here. So we're going to continue doing that all the way through using the same string. If for some reason your warp string breaks, just simply tie a knot, tie 2 pieces together and then continue. You're really not going to see it very much with the weaving. I mean, you're going to try your best to not have it break, but if it did break, it's not the end of the world. So again, I'm coming back up here, then when I turn it around, I'm on the same, I'm on the same line, so I need to jump over to the next one. So I'm going to jump over, you see? So I've jumped over, now I'm going to turn it around, go down, turn it around, back up. So right there is where I jumped over, and now I'm going to come back up on it. And this is what we're going to do, continuing all the way to the end.